So these are the actual rankings on the right. So let's just start at the top and go down. So you guessed correctly with the number one seed. It is me. I do not have Adam Thielen. I actually dropped Adam Thielen like week two. And I believe Baxter has Adam Thielen now. So, but still, with Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown not listed on my team, I also have Travis Kelsey, so that helps a lot as well.
Hmm.
Um, who'd you have at number two? You had number Brandon at number two. So Brandon is actually in eighth place.
Guy, what are you doing, bro?
And I think he actually does have all those three players. Um, I think Chase has been having a low year. He also has like Cooper Cup, who was hurt. Um,
Yep.
he had Jonathan Taylor as well on his team. So his three best not painting the full picture of his team, but he's fighting for a playoff spot. But yeah, he's currently in eighth place. He's really trying hard to trade Calvin Ridley right now. So that's just where he's at as a team manager right now. So not looking real good. Layman, you guessed number three. He is number two, and he has those three guys still. Um, he also has Aaron Jones, James Conner, Sam Laporta. I think was his big pick this year. So that's really helping him a lot. Rashawn, or he has Ramondre Stevenson as well. So he's crushing it at number two. Has a chance to finish number one overall if I lose a couple games here, but we'll see. And then you said John at number four. This he is what is that? He is seventh. So a little bit of a difference there. He no longer has Stephon Diggs. Believe he traded him pretty early as well. Joe Burrow he still has, but obviously got hurt, so he's not thinking he's gonna do too well. So yeah, John is pretty far down there. Um, you had Brad at five, which is spot on. Brad is number five. I thought he had the best team on draft day. Um, he has Tua, he has Amon Ra, Josh Jacobs. He just made a big trade. He actually now has Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs has been on like three different people's rosters, but Brad just landed him. He traded a couple running backs, so I think that's probably where he's going to finish too. Is right at five. So that was great insight there. Who'd you have at six? You had Randy at six.
2-6, yeah.
Yeah, Randy. So Randy falling on tough times. He's ninth place. Randy was, I believe, one of the teams that had Stephon Diggs, and then I think he lost and traded him immediately. He also no longer has Christian McCaffrey, and he does not have Kenneth Walker. So he pretty much just turned his team upside down. Um, but he doesn't have a bad squad now. So he traded McCaffrey and Walker, and he now has Gibbs, Pollard. He had Diggs, which he traded as well. He's still got Fields. We'll see. He's got Bijan too, which I think kind of screwed him. But he's been having really tough luck. He had Fields and Moore when they stacked for like almost 100 points or whatever it was.
Hmm.
He was actually on the pod that week. It was a Thursday night game. He was on the podcast on Saturday night, talked a bunch of shit, and then played Brandon and ended up losing because Brandon had Jamar Chase the week he scored 50. So that was
Yeah.
hilarious. And that's just pretty much his season summed up. so
Yeah.
so
I
he's
remember.
not
Yeah,
having a
Landon told
lucky
me that.
season.
That
Yeah,
was crazy.
that was hilarious. Dillman at seven, and this is extremely insightful. And I'm glad you put Dillman at seven. He's actually number three, but he has been kind of proclaimed as the fraud team this year. So everyone
Hmm.
thinks that he's gotten a bunch of wins that he didn't deserve to win. But he just made a big trade, which I think will solidify him in the top three or four. He actually now has Christian McCaffrey as well. Um, and he traded he traded Patrick Mahomes, so he has Lamar Jackson now, which was great timing because now Lamar Jackson's going off. So I think he'll stay in that top three, top four there. So um, not not crazy that you said seven. Mitch at number eight. Last week, I think Mitch was at number eight, and then with the onslaught of CeeDee Lamb being the best receiver in the league and the Cowboys somehow being a great team, he has moved up to number six. But there is how many? One, two, three. Yeah, there's three teams at 4 and 6, and so the six, seven, and eighth team they're all tied. So it basically comes down to points scored there.
Gotcha.
Bax at number nine. Bax is actually ranked number four. He has Devontae still. I believe he still has Isaiah Pacheco. And then he did have Lamar for most of the season and recently traded for Patty Mahomes. So he's been getting a lot of good wins as well. Yeah, he has one of the lower points against scored, so I think that's kind of helping him get in fourth. But I think he'll definitely be a playoff team and see how he does.
I love that for him.
Where are we at? Oh, and the last one, and then Justin, number 10. He is in fact 10th place. The fact that Geno Smith, Chris Olave, and Rashad White are the best players on his team is very tough because he also drafted the likes of Nick Chubb. He had Mike Williams, Josh Palmer, Mark Andrews, who have all pretty much had season-ending injuries. So this is the year of the injury for Justin, which he's definitely just leaning very hard into that, even though he was Sacco last year as well. So I don't know if it is because of the injuries, but I guess we'll see. Sorry, Justin. That was
Yeah,
a little
he
bit
has
of
a great
shit
voice
talk
though,
too.
so
But
he's got that going for him.
oh yeah, I mean, if you're gonna have someone sing the national anthem, you definitely want it to be Justin. Um, so yeah, so I think I don't really know what that accomplished. It's just kind of funny to kind of see your rankings based on their team. Our league trades a lot, so um, seeing some guys what they originally had and just were too impatient to see if they were good or not. Me dropping Adam Thielen, I feel terrible about it. I could be even more in first place, I guess, but you know, but not too bad, Chris. I think you had really good guesses there. That was perfect. Okay, so